What's up guys, Mike Patrick, and in this video I want to talk about crossbreeding crops, okay? Crossbreeding fruit and vegetables, okay? And the common misconception about how if you're eating fruits, okay, and vegetables that, let's say if you were 30, 40 years old, that you didn't necessarily grow up on, okay? And then let's say over the course of years you see these different fruits and vegetables in the grocery store and you wonder, if they're GMO, right? That's the first thing we think is GMO. When we have seeded fruits, we think that's just necessarily organic. And when we have seedless fruits, we think that that's necessarily inorganic or genetically modified, right? Well, the thing is, guys, our ancestors always crossbreeded different fruits, okay, to come up with a different fruit, or in order to manipulate an aspect of a different fruit or vegetable, okay? So for example, right, we have wild lettuce. To this day, we have wild lettuce all throughout North America, okay? But we also have lettuce that we can go to the grocery store and get, and that is much different from wild lettuce. But many years ago, our ancestors found a way to hybridize, okay, and manipulate the genetics of different vegetables, okay, in order to make the lettuce that we get in the store today. And that lettuce, most of us would deem that lettuce way more suitable, okay, way more, let's say, agreeable to our taste buds, okay? So that is the reason that our ancestors did things like that. So if in nature, if a certain fruit or vegetable is maybe too bitter, okay, or something like that, in order to make it more to the liking of their taste buds, they may have crossbred different genetics, okay, with different fruits and vegetables, okay, in order to come up with a certain taste, okay, maybe even a certain look, okay, all right, whatever was more appealing to the consumer, okay. So, but the thing about it is, guys, everything that's crossbred or hybridized is not necessarily genetically modified, okay. Now, genetically modifying something means you are tampering with the DNA in an aspect of, switching chromosomes and, just completely altering something with the genetics, okay? But it's a difference between that and just hybridizing genetics, mixing genetics, if that makes sense. So everything is still naturally structured, but you're just mixing it, if that makes sense, okay? So there are different fruits that you may very well think is something that was just completely 100% natural and you eat it today, okay? But because it was hybridized, okay, and modified in a certain way to where it was combined with other fruits or vegetables, you may think it was just completely just naturally that way. So watermelons are that way. The watermelons of today is not the same watermelons from thousands of years ago. Our ancestors in ancient Egypt and our Hebrew ancestors, they had a way more bitter watermelon, okay? And then they began to cultivate that watermelon. They began to hybridize and add different genetics from different fruits and things of that nature to make the watermelon what it is today, okay? And so the reason I wanted to do this video is because I had that same misconception, okay? I was eating some sapphire grapes, and before I ate the grapes, right, I was like, man, what are these? This is genetically modified. This is bad for you, okay? And these grapes were long, all right? We know about those longer grapes. Those are called sapphire grapes. When you go to the grocery store, you see those long, thin grapes. It doesn't look like traditional grapes, okay? Those grapes are patented. Yeah, it's a patent on those grapes, okay? And a certain fruit breeder created those grapes, but it's all from grape material, okay? Grape genetics, okay? There's nothing outside of a grape that makes the sapphire grape. And so with that said, a lot of times some crossbred fruits and vegetables can actually be more nutritious and more enhanced than what we think is completely organic, okay? But because you can mess with the DNA and splice it and crossbreed, so you can take the best attributes from one fruit and combine it with the best attributes of another fruit to create a superfruit, if that makes sense. Another fruit I like to get, and I'm sure it's probably not something that was here a long time ago that was crossbred, was like the dragon fruit. I love the dragon fruit. Super nutritious, super, it's very good, okay? It attains much life force, okay? You can just look at a dragon fruit and tell that it's a high vibration, okay? You can tell it, you can just look at it and tell it's a popping food, it's a popping fruit, okay? That's going to add to your health and well-being, but it may very well be a hybrid, okay? And so we have to understand, guys, we are intelligent, okay? Our ancestors were intelligent, and along the lines of progress, we're only going to get more intelligent. The Father is intelligence, okay? So if you look at it, this whole world is genetically modified. This whole world is created from a higher intelligence, okay? So look at it that way. So we are a trickle down, okay? So at some point you would think we will become intelligent enough that we can, we can expand our consciousness and expand our intelligence to a point where we can create things that's good for us and that's better for us. So everything that is an advancement, everything that is new is not necessarily bad for us, okay? Remember that, guys. Our ancient ancestors cultivated different fruits and vegetables by hybridizing, okay, and splicing different fruits and vegetables, okay? So it can be better to their taste buds, better to their liking, all right? And it's still nutritious, it's still healthy, and it's still valuable, okay? So don't get scared away from trying to transition to a healthier lifestyle from raw living foods because you think, oh, this is GMO, this is hybridized, okay? Because I never seen this 10 years ago, all right? Still life force, still healthy food, still full of vitamins and minerals, enzymes and things of that nature, and it's still better than a candy bar or a bag of chips, okay? So hopefully this was a helpful video, guys, insightful video, something for you to go into and look into, okay? It's the difference between GMOs and hybridization and breeding different fruits and vegetables, okay, together. All right, guys, peace.